Last year in Mattoon, Illinois, West Palm Beach and Korea met in the inaugural game of the Cal Ripken World Series, played before 7,000 fans. West Palm Beach's Donald Gunn was the MVP. He tossed a complete game 4-hit shutout. He struck out 14 batters, even had an RBI double, which proved to be the game-winning hit as the American Division champs defeated Korea 3-0. And this year it is already 2-0 in favor of the U.S. entry. And the manager for Korea, Dong-ho Kim, called his team together moments ago. It's kind of ironic. Yesterday, in the semifinal game, they ran Team Canada into submission in the first inning. 4 stolen bases, couple of wild pitches, 4 errors, and a huge 5-run outburst to pretty much cement it early. It turns around completely for them today.
That is the amazing thing, because I said at the opening, the Korean team won't beat themselves, and they look just a little bit lackluster out there.
Hyung Lee, maybe the best contact hitter on this team, and maybe a bit unusual. I know you talked to Coach Kim yesterday, asking him why put your best contact man at cleanup. He doesn't necessarily have the best power.
You have your best hitter, he's hitting leadoff, and his theory was that he was going to get better pitches to hit because you can't pitch around the guy when he's starting off the game. It is a little bit unusual, but if you have your best hitter up at the front of the lineup hitting leadoff, you might get him one more at bat, during the course of the game, or maybe 5 more at bats during the course of a tourney right there, and that might help the team.
No contact here, but a walk, and they do need base runners. Down 2-0. Yeah, these sole survivors, they not only have survived, they have flourished all the way through.
And if you look what they've given up, 3, 2, 4, 0, 1, 1. That's a sign that they don't walk anybody, don't give you free passes, and usually play mistake-free in the field.
Now the batter is Jung, who, like Cal Ripken, lists basketball as a strong second favorite sport behind baseball. And we asked Coach Dong-ho Kim, this one getting away from the catcher Kruger. We've already seen 3 wild pitches in this game. We asked Coach Kim to describe Jung to us, and he told us simply, Hashim Seda. He is strong.
He is strong.
Clubs this one out of play, right over by the batting cages, and that's another thing Coach Kim was adamant about with us yesterday when we sat with him, the need to get into those cages on an everyday basis.
You have to hit, but we've had such bad weather here that they were forced to go into the cages, and he would probably rather be outside. He said the guys were losing a little bit of feel there in the cage. It's a little bit different environment, but to have a facility like this here with 4 full cages in it really helped us out a lot here with the weather.
2-2 fouled off, and this facility, Joe Bilski Field. Joe Bilski worked to build this complex back in the 50s, and the legend has it, just back from World War II, Mr. Bilski pitched 10 innings of no-hit ball in relief in a 17-inning game. Texas and Boston could have used that last night, the 18-inning game.
It's not what you bargained for when you're a reliever. You come into a game to end up doing that.
Well, they talked about Mr. Bilski's can-do spirit, and that still thrives here in Vincennes. That ball punched into right, and it will drop. And around to third is Hyung Lee. Holding it first is Jung, and now Team Korea has something going in the top of inning 2.
And this is exactly what Korea should be trying to do right now after giving up 2 runs in the first inning and not really playing as well as they're capable of. They got a little rally going of their own.
6-2-3-8.
Korea beating Langley, British Columbia, the Canadian representatives, 6-1 last night in the rain.
That was something, because they got 5 in the first, with the errors that you mentioned, and that's a knock up the middle.
To make it a 2-1 game. And as things tighten up here, we're able to get it out to Baltimore. Cal Ripken, Cal Ripken able to join us now. The Eye Black still working after a 5-1 loss, unfortunately, today. Cal, thanks for joining us. How you doing?
Well, it's my pleasure. Things didn't turn out too well for us here at Camden Yards, but I'm anxious to see how the game's going with you guys.
Well, I tell you what, you have missed just a lot of fun the last couple nights, the wet weather notwithstanding. As this ball is looping towards left.
Nice little play right there.
Tyler Polley up to grab it and quickly gets it back in. Cal, we've been talking about this Korean team, and I know when you watched the game from that exact vantage point last year, you marveled at how well fundamentally Team Korea came out. Looks like the same kind of team this year.
I would imagine that seems to be their reputation. They were very fundamentally sound, very strong on defense. All their bunt plays or all their cutoffs and relays, they were lined up very straight and nice. They caught the ball, they threw the ball, and they didn't beat themselves. And I would suspect the same is true right now.
Kind of ironically, Bub, they made a couple mishaps in the first inning that cost them a couple runs, and so uncharacteristic of them because I've been watching them. They make plays that I marvel at because I realize they're only 12 and they do things pretty impressively.
Well, fill me in. There was a mistake in the first inning that cost him a couple runs?
First baseman made a really good play up the line, and the pitcher didn't get over. We saw it in the top of the first with South Lexington. The pitcher did get over and cover on a ground ball to the first baseman. It was done very nice, and then the pitcher just didn't get over for Korea, then mixed in with a wild pitch and equal to a couple runs.
Now we've seen four wild pitches in this game to this point right now, 3 from one side, 1 from the other. And that one flying up and away. The count goes to 2-2.
You know, all great defensive teams make mistakes every once in a while. We're all human beings.
Cal and Billy Ripken together back in the day. This one is chopped up the line. That's going to be a tough play. It drops and everybody's safe. We're tied. I was just about to talk about Rip, you and Billy up the middle a few years ago, combining for what, only 11 errors back in 1990. And up the middle, both these teams quite solid as well. This ball never got up the middle. It just dribbled to third.
This is a perfectly placed chopper, a little swinging bunt. Tried to make a bare hand play. Not much you could do right there. Maybe better judgment when you look at it. The third baseman should have probably called in and came in and called him off, you know, emphatically said, I want it, and see if he could make the play because he'd had a better angle on that.
Hey, guys, give me the atmosphere that's there right now. I'm at Camden Yards. We had a pretty energetic crowd there, but I feel some excitement way out here. I can't get a real good feel, but that's a beautiful place. It seems like the fans are kind of enjoying this game early on.
Rip, let me tell you something. The attendance today is 6,238. The entire town has a population of 19,000. So 30% of the town is here today. And you get the sense that if there was somewhere to park, there would be even more than that.
That's a beautiful facility. I had a chance to be there for the whole day, I guess Monday, and take it all in. But nothing replaces the excitement of the final game.
And it is, as you know from being here Monday, just an electric atmosphere. The entire town has literally opened its doors and opened its arms to welcome in these visitors, not just from the United States, but from Korea, from Australia, from Italy. 1-2 pitches high. Cal, I think, I mean, we look, for example, when Italy played Minot, North Dakota, you've got Omar Ferrari shaking hands with Creighton Bachmeyer. And it just all seemed to make sense, you know?
That's why we have Josh here. That's a little bit too deep for me. I can't come up with that.
The kids,
so the Oakland team got upset?
They did.
Yes, they did.
I thought when we were there, just seeing a couple of those guys, and especially the big man that won the home run contest, I thought that they were going to be a team that was tough to beat.
They ran into a club that they can swing the bats. These boys from South Lexington, Kentucky, they can swing the bats a little bit, and they got a couple guys in the heart of their order that they don't have any problem leaving this yard. And one of the guys climbed up on a guy's good heater and hit a 3-run homer off of him.
Comebacker, and Hatfield's on a race after it. And the ball ends up getting away. Another run trots home. Korea bouncing back from a 2-run bottom of the first. They now have a 3-run top of the second.
This is a play right here that you'd really like to see a different decision being made right here. Ball's coming back at him. He knocks it down. He can come over and pick it up, and if he makes the right judgment and throws to first base, he's going to get the guy out. You need to take some outs in that situation instead of trying to force the issue at second. Now you got the big man up for Korea, and he is pretty much their only threat as far as leaving this place, and he's a pretty good hitter.
Jung is his name. He did hit a home run yesterday. In fact, Callie hit it right off the 1980 version of your picture out there in left center field.
That's a beautiful picture, isn't it?
It was in 1980.
Well, that one's drifting in outside. There's a picture of it, Cal Jr. circa 1980.
This kid had such a good at bat yesterday when he hit that homer, and he was taking pitches that were close. Finally got one to his liking, and he didn't miss it.
And Cal, we should mention this man on the mound is a pitcher / shortstop. He was telling us that he really prefers shortstop because he gets a chance to play every day. That doesn't sound familiar, does it?
No, it sounds really familiar. I was just watching him. I was going to ask you about him. His mechanics are pretty sound. I was wondering how hard he's throwing.
That's a great throw in from Lucchesi, but too late. As that ball chopped into right field. Korea's got it going on. And Billy, I'll ask you about the mechanics. I mean, this guy, Hatfield, was not supposed to be the starter. He's already pitched 3 innings this morning. And it looks like a change is going to be made right now. He's being affectionately led out towards left center. And of all people, it's going to be Joe Levenson coming in. And Cal, you'll appreciate this. Joe, this morning, was drilled by a pitch. Hit him in the right wrist. He's had it iced for the last 5 hours. And initially, we were told no way would he be able to go. Would he be able to take the mound today? But he's going to suck it up and get out there.
It's the beauty of being 12, isn't it?
Some people would think that that's old school, but there's a lot of people that have that sort of attitude and behavior. In this particular situation, there's no game tomorrow, so you have to let it all hang out right now.
And talking about the tournament a little bit, Cal, I mean, just to clue everybody in, it's not just a weekend warrior tournament here. These kids have been here for a week and a half, and they've gotten the full complement of it. We'll talk more about that in a moment. Tell you about Levenson, too. We've got to take a quick timeout. We'll come right back. It is now Korea on top.
Get ready to move. It's time to submit to the rhythm with Pulse. 2 CDs or 2 cassettes of non-stop throbbing energy.
Another night, another dream, but always you. I know what I want, and I want it now.
You can't get this 30-track collection in any store.
It's a beautiful life. Oh, oh. You know you're gonna be mine. Finally, it happened to me right in front of my face. Baby, if you want me.
You can order this collection online at MusicSpace.com. Feel the pulse and get it now. To order, call the number on your screen or log on to MusicSpace.com.
Korea's gone on top 3-2 now here in the championship game of the Cal Ripken World Series in Vincennes, Indiana. And we get you to the Rawlings trivia question. Not a huge stunner here. It is Cal related. How many times has Cal won the Gold Glove Award? And Cal, no hints. We'll get you the answer coming up. That is the live version of Cal on the left. That is about a 20-year-old version on the right, correct?
The eyes are still blue, but a lot has changed.
I can only say one word, and that's wow. Okay.
Cal Ripken's 41st birthday is just a couple days back in the books.
Okay. Sorry, dude, I missed it. Happy birthday.
Thanks.
Okay. I was down here.
No, we got that over with.
Yeah, that's good.
Hanju Shet chasing one from the relief pitcher Joe Levenson.
Joe doesn't look like his wrist is bothering him much right now on those first 2 pitches.
Right back, and the umpire flinched but
Yes,
wouldn't
he
give it
did.
to him. 1-2. Want to congratulate Cal. The streak is alive. 14,977 days in a row that he's been alive. A rip and a miss. That's 2 out now here in the second inning.
Well, he's come in to put the fire out here so far. Got one more out to get.
He's going a little 3/4. Bringing a little bit of cheddar. Doesn't look like
It's
his
kinda
wrist is
funny.
bothering him.
What do you guys, momentum is a funny thing in baseball because the pitcher can control it so much. But in youth baseball, it plays a bigger factor, I think.
I think what happened is the Korean teams gave up a couple of them in the first inning. The coach had a little talking to him.
And apparently it's worked. Korea racing back with 3. They've got the lead and will return in just a moment.
It's free!
It's free!
It's free! It's free!
It's free!
What part of free don't you understand?
In 1935, Foxwood Farm started with 1 horse and a truck. The horse was a thoroughbred, the truck a Chevy Suburban. Today, they have a few more horses, but there's still only 1 truck, Chevy Suburban. With an available 8.1-liter Vortec engine, it's capable of towing up to 6 tons, making it the best Suburban yet. Chevy Suburban, like a rock.
He swings, and there it is. Hit number 4,000 for the amazing Choi car. Listen to this crowd.
A smash to third. Brooks Robinson has it. There's the throw. He's out. Another great World Series play. McGuire swings, and there it goes. Gone! Number 70. Rawlings, there for all of baseball's greats and future greats.
It is Korea 3 and the United States 2, the championship game. Monday was an exciting day here in Vincennes as Cal Ripken Jr. came to town to mingle with fans and witness the Century 21 Home Run Derby. The big winner, Oakland slugger Aaron Simmons. Next up, an all-important contest for the kids. Hey, we said kids. The Big League Chew bubblegum blowing contest, which was won by Gary Thompson of Edison, New Jersey. A fun day for everyone earlier this week on Cal Ripken Day. Nice job with the bubbles here, Rip.
I couldn't get one bigger than 2 inches.
Cal Ripken joining us live from Baltimore. This is the division of the Babe Ruth League that bears his name. And Cal, I know this is a traveled road for you. You've talked a lot about this already, but can you describe the feeling initially when you learned that there would be a Cal Ripken division?
A little scared, a little shocked, a little nervous about it because that's a tremendous honor, and I didn't know what to make of it. I felt good about it, but normally that kind of honor is reserved for people that have long since left us. And then I started thinking about it, and I thought, what a wonderful opportunity. Baseball's been my life. It's been something that I really want to pass on, and I'd like to use the platform in which Major League Baseball has provided to really make a difference. And with this league, I do have a chance now. I have a wonderful chance.
And it's funny, I mean, Babe Ruth, like Cal Ripken, a Baltimore area native, like Cal, a man who lived to play baseball, but also to brighten the day of those around him. It seems like you've got the Midas touch. You come to Vincennes, and I know the town took to you. It seems like you were kind of taken with the town as well.
Well, to me, it's all about the kids. And yeah, we can create a little bit of a stir. I can bring some resources into the league, but it's all about the league. I mean, it's all about the kids. I want them to enjoy the experience. I want to alleviate some of the pressure. It's supposed to be fun, and that's what we're trying to make it.
It's amazing, 471,000 plus players in the age group, appropriately for a guy who's got children in that age group between 5 and 12. The hitter to lead it off for the U.S. in the bottom of inning 2 will be Thomas Royce, and we should mention he was originally left off the lineup card in this game. The manager, Mr. Warner, told us that's not nerves. He's just tired. He just flat out forgot to put him on there.
Yeah, but here's an opportunity. If things like that happen, here's an opportunity for him, and he can come up and he can do something big in a game, and that'd be the big joke at the end of it all. He can get on his manager and say, "You didn't even have me in the lineup today."
That's very true. On all winning teams, everyone contributes. There's a new hero every day, and sometimes the opportunity presents itself, and you take advantage of it.
And Royce came in to close the game of all things today. He's not normally a pitcher, but he threw a near-perfect 6th inning this morning. That's another thing we should pose to baseball's Iron Man. This is kind of an Iron Man team here today from South Lexington, Cal. They are playing a doubleheader.
Well, that's a tough way to go. But when you're young, I think you can play 2 games, 3 games, 4 games. It doesn't matter. But I can tell you, at 41 years old, that doubleheader is a little bit harder now.
I was talking to the kids, and wake-up call at 6 in the morning because they had one at 9 this morning. So these kids have been up for a while.
Clipped foul by Royce, and he still hangs around. Josh Lewin with Billy Ripken and, of course, Cal Ripken. The second Cal Ripken World Series championship game. Last year it was the U.S. over Korea by a final of 3-0. Right now Korea leads 3-2.
Good breaking ball right there.
Ooh. That was nasty for any leg.
This kid, he throws his breaking ball for a strike. Felt off a couple heaters, comes back with a breaking ball way out in front. It's a good pitch. This guy knows what he's doing on the hill.
And the right fielder the next to come up, that'll be Casey Lucchese. Drops down the bunt. And right over to first, 2 down.
It was a good idea, just a little bit of bad direction right there. There's a few other places he could have put that and got a knock, but he's just trying to get on base right there and start something. Unfortunately, it just rolled right to the first baseman a little bit too hard.
Lucchese, by the way, tells us his favorite player is Derek Jeter. Rip, is that all right?
Oh, yeah, by all means. I think my favorite player might be Derek Jeter right now.
No shortage of great shortstops from which to choose in the American League right now. That's banged to third. And the throw.
That's the Korean team right there. They catch the ball, they throw the ball where they're supposed to and make good plays.
Sun Jin-Oh.
That's that fundamental aspect of defense. Catch it and make a good overhand throw to first base.
And the score stays 3-2 at the end of 2.
Hi, I'm Chuck Rizzo, and I've been helping people now in the St. Louis area for years. I know there's no feeling worse than getting a traffic ticket. The fines, the points, the hassles. Just dial TRA-FFIC. We'll give your case prompt personal attention and make the process easy on you. So call Traffic Law Hotline before you pay a ticket or go to court in Missouri or Illinois. Whether you had a speeding ticket, an accident, or a DWI, just call TRA-FFIC.
Don't worry, they'll be here soon.
I can't wait to meet this Tracy Coleman.
Kevin says she could be the one.
Mom, Dad, meet Tracy.
Oh. I was expecting someone pretty.
Yeah.
The Last Word with Jim Rome. The only sports commentary that's truly brutally honest. Tonight at 11:30 on Fox Sports Net.
There we go.
The second Cal Ripken World Series championship game. They're playing for this trophy this afternoon. The team representing Korea, they're from Seoul. The team representing the U.S. from South Lexington, Kentucky. And a packed house here in Vincennes, Indiana. Who knows which of these players will emerge? But from the Babe Ruth League, which is celebrating that 50th anniversary this season, Well, you look at guys like Nolan Ryan. How about Dean Palmer and Reggie Jefferson being on the same team out of Tallahassee?
I hope they won that one.
Those poor two guys in the middle.
Yeah, I hope they won that one.
Underway now in the third. Jae-Hoon Shep, who's got one of the two Team Korea home runs in this World Series.
Joe's come in and he's been throwing hard and he's been throwing strikes. He looks like he means a little business.
Joe Levenson relieved Taylor Hatfield, who went just an inning and 2/3. And time requested. Kruger, the catcher, going out.
What could they be talking about now after the first two pitches? 2 strikes. Usually you go out when it's 2-0 and 3-0.
I hope they don't try to trick him after the first 2 pitches.
Stay with what works.
Yeah, unless he went out there and said, hey, this is working, let's do that again. And they did.
Absolutely. Levenson, no ill effects from that bruised right wrist, apparently. One down here in the top of the third. Let's get you back to that Rawlings trivia question while we have the chance. We had asked about a little Cal Ripken history. How many Rawlings Gold Glove awards has a future Hall of Famer won? The answer is 2. 1991 and 1992. So what, Rip? It's been 9 years? It's a tough room you've been dealing with. Little flare. That's going to be grabbed at second base.
Ooh, nice play.
This kid right here, the second baseman, is the jack of all trades. Coach says he'll play anywhere I ask him to play, and he plays them all well. That's always nice to have on a team that can bounce around and play different positions.
Sun Jin-Oh to the plate. And Cal, let me ask you, the 2 Gold Gloves, where did they rank in terms of all the other awards that you've gotten? How important is your defense to you?
Well, I think ever since I was moved to shortstop, the offense seemed to overshadow the defense, and the defense was always very important.
Well, just as we're talking about,
speaking of Gold Gloves,
Cal's Gold Glove artistry at short, we get a little from Tyler Hatfield.
That's as good as a play as you'll see and need to be made right there.
And this game stays 3-2 as we move to the bottom of the third in Vincennes, Indiana.
20 years now, where'd they go? 20 years, I don't know. I sit and I wonder sometimes where they've gone.
Need some help, old man?
My boy. Generation after generation. It's good to have someone you can depend on.
Hi, I'm here to see the house.
Oh, great.
Oh, a nice house. I'll take it.
You'll take it? You don't want to look around?
No. But your asking price, it's a little low, so I'd like to double it.
Really?
Yes, and I brought cash, if that's all right.
Can I offer you a cup of coffee?
Oh, no, I brought my own. Oh, and I brought some for you, too.
If selling your home were this easy,
Lemon Square,
you wouldn't need Century 21. Real estate for the real world. Learn more about our customized marketing system at century21.com.
Every move, every story, every weeknight.
Did you see that? That's a classic. Oh, you believe that?
This is totally NASCAR.
This is Fox Sports Net.
Totally NASCAR. Your exclusive destination for all that is NASCAR.
Seattle Mariner right-hander Aaron Seeley fondly recalls pitching for the North Kitsap Babe Ruth League in the early 80s.
I remember throwing a no-hitter in a playoff game on a Babe Ruth, Babe Ruth League team, and the funny thing about that is we didn't win the tournament. We kept losing to the same group of kids every year, but we were able to develop as a team. I mean, those kids that I played on, we played together on a high school team. And over those years, we learned, hey, this other team is really good, and we learned how to play, and we gained a little confidence. And by the time we were seniors, we beat that team out and went on and won the state championship.
And Aaron Seeley's team poised maybe to win a championship this year. They're 94-36.
Is that good?
That's pretty good.
Okay, just checking.
Aaron Seeley, a guy, of course, with a terrific curveball, and this man, the young man on the mound for Team Korea, has shown us a pretty good hook as well. Jung survived a rocky first inning, bounced back nicely in the second.
Oh, that ball's driven.